And welcome to another video, another Tekken 8 video, really. Like I said, like as in the last one, I'm trying to catch up on content with this. It all falls on me, but that's besides the point. So we're actually here, we're looking at the entire, I never watched it. I think I did. I think it was the PlayStation one. We're looking at all the character trailers. Maybe not all in this video, but we're looking at this from 11 months ago. And it looks like it's 30. I think I counted it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So we've got 2 more characters that we're waiting for. And I know the last 2 are part of the Legends, which one is going to be Devil Jin. I don't know who the last one's going to be, because we've gotten pretty much every other character, right? There's 32 characters. Safina, it's got to be Devil Jin. I don't know who else, because it's part of the legend. These, and we'll look at this real quick. I have a very needy cat at my feet right now, yelling at me. So if you guys hear meows, that's him. So put a meow in the comment section for the needy cat. So who were the legends in this one? So Yoshi, Steve, Dragunov, whatever his name is, Kuma. So Panda, Zafina, Lars. Do we have a Lars trailer? No, that's not Lars, but a lead player. That was Lee, right? Fine, come up here. So I think I figured it out. Think I figured it out, guys. Yeah, he's the only one. Okay, so we've got 2 trailers left. I just need to figure that out before we moved on. Like I said, we're going to go through just kind of what we have for the character trailers. They're not super long. And we're going to go ahead and start off with Nina. Not super long, super loud though. Right there. And like I said, I've gotten to play a few of these characters, play against quite a few of these characters in certain things. Again, Nina being revealed first was actually really nice, because besides Kazuya, well, she has been in every iteration. She's I think the only character that's been in every Tekken. She has not missed a Tekken game. And of course, guys, needy cat. So he's gonna watch these trailers with us. Huh. And again, she looks amazing. Getting to fight against her, she's interesting to fight against. He knows he's on camera, by the way, so he's being shy. Why are you being shy? You were bitching at me. Come say hi to everyone. Oh, now he's got the pissy ears. Again, playing against her, she's been interesting to fight against. I can't wait to fight more When we've been playing on the demo and I've been fighting against Nina's, a lot of my friends got her base gameplay down pat, and she's really good. She really is. I've actually enjoyed fighting against her, against my friends with her. So she's an interesting character to say the least, and definitely I can see where, again, most Tekken characters, you're going to come across this. A lot of them are easy, like especially now in Tekken 8, they're easy to use. Like you can pick them up and start playing with them, and it's easy to use them. But to do things more professionally, more higher combos, doing rekas, doing combos to drag to a wall, into a wall bounce, into a wall bound, or into bounding. That takes a lot more skill. Some are a little bit easier to get them in, some not so much. And I will say Kazuya actually is, from what I've played of Kazuya and what I've seen other people play of Kazuya, he's definitely a lot easier than he used to be, but he still has a high level of skill. So especially his heat, he's one of the very few people that his heat, when you go into heat, it completely changes his dynamic of play and what you need to do. Everyone has heat combos, but he's literally got completely different movesets in heat, because he's going from Kazuya to Devil Kazuya and that. So he's definitely a completely different beast in heat. So it makes him a little more interesting. It really does. He's the only one that I've played and seen that a huge dynamic of his gameplay changes. So that's something that's going to be interesting for a lot of people, learning how to use his heat gauge and extending it as long as you possibly can, to get the most out of it before you do a heat ender or burn it off. That's kind of the big thing. And a lot of the characters, if you talk about the heat gauge, a lot of characters, you want to extend it as long as possible, because it's giving you access to a couple new combo ability or additions to combos, some different rekas, things like that, and helps push for wall drags and wall bounces and bounds. Really helps that out. But like I said, Kazuya is definitely a different beast because his feels that way. Into Jin, and again, the demo, we got to play the demo, and the demo is still active, guys. You guys can go download it for free and try it out. Jin is not like Jin in any other Tekken. Jin, this is the easiest it is to play Jin, is in Tekken 8. Again, high skill cap, but the bar of entry to play Jin is so low, and it's good. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. So I know I'm going to say a lot more Jin players, because he is actually really easy to play and get used to. And I had the stream a little bit ago where we were playing the demo on the PlayStation, by the way, and I was like, oh, holy cow, Jin's super easy to play. He really is. So there's a lot of really good things. Again, I feel like, and it's not a bad thing, that the bar of entry for Tekken 8 is lower, but the skill is going to be way higher in this game, and it really is. It feels so good. For me, I know there's some stuff that I got to practice on. I need to practice on Azucena combo into Rage Art. you know, that's the big thing, like where I can OTG into the rage art. I have I know of like one, but that's a wall bound, or that's a bound. To do it, I need to do a combo into it. That's the big thing. Before you go back there, because we gotta go this way. Paul, he's another one in the demo. So the first 4 characters we're seeing here are all the ones that you can play in the demo. That's what I'm saying. Paul, I don't know. Paul has always been the one character that I sat there and looked and went, I don't care for him. And I think that's like part of the reason why I didn't get into making the content beforehand. Is our first 4 characters were Nina, Kazuya, Jin, and Paul. And all 4 of those characters, I'm like, I don't care. Now, after playing the demo and being in the beta and getting to play it, they're actually fun. They 100% are fun, and I actually have no problem with them. But we did get to see Law. I was like, all right, Law's here. I'm down for it. I want to play Law. Law's an amazing character. That's where I started going, maybe I'll actually get Tekken 8. Because we were all talking, like, I don't know. I haven't seen a character I want to play. I'm like, June looks good, but I don't know. And then we'll get to that character that made me go, man, I should start making content. And I didn't. Because I'm an idiot. Listen, when you've got 105 things on your mind, and you're like, well, I should do this and do this and do this. Yeah, you forget things. By the way, again, I'm not talking about the rage arts because I'm waiting till all the rage arts and we can all look at the rage arts, and I will pull and do a rate the rage art. And we can do a rate the heat ender too when the game comes out. I want to wait till a couple of days after the game comes out, so I, have had time to sit down and play and enjoy it. But yeah, I think we can do that. And then Law's character, this was the start of me going, maybe, because Law's looking good. I like Law. I think I'm actually going, yeah, no. We're good. We'll see how long I might end up just doing 2 videos for this. There's 30 characters. We'll do 15. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do 15 and then 15. So, because I don't want to make this an hour-long video, I want to like try and keep it like maximum 30 minutes. So, we'll see how well that goes. Again, Law. I didn't actually get to play any Laws in the beta. So Law was like one of the characters I didn't get to play against. And I didn't play him. But Law's always been a really interesting character, and I've always loved Law since Tekken. But that's also because I'm a huge Bruce Lee fan. And, I grew up watching his movies after his death, obviously. My dad was a huge Bruce Lee fan, so we always had the movies around and everything. So I would watch them with him. So I was second generation, but it was one of those things. Law is Bruce Lee, and his spirit stays alive with all the characters that are based after him, and Law has always been one of them, and I love him. I love Law. I love him. Again, he was the start where I was like, oh, maybe. But I wasn't 100% sure. I think actually we either end on Azu or we start on Azu for the next video. We'll see. King. King is the next character on the list. And I have a love-hate relationship with King. I've always loved his design. I'm a huge wrestling fan, so I love wrestling characters. I'm horrible at playing King. And he tends to be my biggest weakness. So I have a friend that when the game comes out, he's like, I will play King just to help get you used to fighting against King and learn against King and like which ones are breaks, what buttons are the breaks and everything like that. I'm like, oh, cool, thanks, man. I have always hated fighting King, but I love him. He's such a cool character. I love the wrestling characters. I just suck at grapplers. Which is funny because I'm actually decent with Manon in Street Fighter 6. And she's a grappler. It's a little weird. Maybe I should try King. I don't know, but King's awesome. King really is. I played a few Kings in the beta and got completely decimated by them. Because again, I'm weak against King, and I know I'm weak against King. So one of my goals is to, get better at the matchups against every character. That way I can know how to fight them and everything. And I have a friend who's going to be playing King, who's going to be teaching me. So we're at 6. This is number 7. So I'm trying to make sure I'm staying on top of things. Like who's what and where and whatnot.
Get ready for the next battle. Tekken 8.
Sorry, having to respond to a message there. Lars. I didn't fight a Lars. I never fought a Lars. But Lars looks interesting. 100%. Lars looks interesting. And I'm pretty sure... Oh, he's got Demon Flip. I didn't realize he has Demon Flip now. Cool. Sorry. I didn't even think about that back when his trailer dropped. But Lars is a character I'm looking forward to fighting against good players with Lars. That are Lars players. So he's going to be interesting to fight against and, just interesting overall. I love when I can start learning against characters I didn't get to play. It makes games more interesting. It's frustrating sometimes because you get matched with like someone so ridiculously good and then you're like, well, I'm screwed. And it can be very frustrating. I get that. But I feel comfortable in Tekken 8 that that's not going to be as often. Now, like Street Fighter and 2D fighters, it happens way more often. With Tekken, it's not going to happen as often. It's still going to happen. But Lars looks fun. Definitely, Lars is going to be one of those characters that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that was 7. Lars is definitely going to be one of those characters that, is going to be someone I look forward to fighting, but also know that when I fight the really good ones, I'm going to get decimated. And that's fine. That's kind of part of fighting games. When you're relearning characters or learning new characters, you're going to get decimated. And it's taking it with the taking it like one step at a time, knowing that you're going to get beat. The hard part for me is like 2D fighters. I've always been kind of, like I said, okay with. So, and it's easy for me to rage on 2D fighters. 3D fighters, I find myself realizing, where I messed up. Except for when we were playing last night because my buttons weren't working correctly. And I found out my connection wasn't fully seated in. Anyways, Jack. Let's get into the Jack 8 gameplay. Jack's looking good. I'm not gonna lie. I've always hated fighting Jacks, but I've always thought Jack players are amazing. Making Jack move like he does for being a big guy, and I think Jack is like was the start of the entire trope of it's a big guy, so they gotta move really fast. But Jack is very interesting, very cool, looks awesome. I can't wait to see his costumes, and I honestly am not looking forward to getting jackhammered in the face 15 times and dying. Because that's what's going to happen. 100% that's what's going to happen. And again, I'm not talking about the rage arts really much in this because we're going to rate the rage arts because I actually want to see them a little more clearly in game, and have fun with them and actually get the heat enders so I know which one's which, you know. But Jack 8 is looking good, 100%. I can't wait to get decimated by Jacks because really good Jack players are good on every matchup. So, and now June. June, my favorite character to play in Tekken 2. Because she was Angel in Tekken 3. She wasn't in Tekken 3. Which sucks, but June is awesome. And this was the best reveal here. Like we got the, oh, June's coming back, and then they do this, and you're like, June's back. This made me happy. June being back makes me happy. And if you guys see my me drift out over here, it's because I'm used to live streaming and I'm looking at chat because that's where my chat usually is. Again, I got to fight against quite a few Junes in the beta, and she was walking me. I was nothing more than a dog. I was playing Azucena. I still had no clue how to play Azucena. So, yeah, it makes sense. But June is definitely a really good... Why does my sound, like, muffle there? I think that's part of the video. June definitely plays very interesting. She's a really cool character. Her heat and rage are very interesting. And how you can combo into certain things and do certain things are very interesting. And she's got a lot of interesting mechanics in how you go about, because she's got moves that she loses health and gets white health. She gets chip health, so she reduces her main health but has her chip health so she can recover. And it's a weird juggle. I love it, but it can put her in a bad situation. So she's definitely an interesting character for sure. And I actually can't wait to actually play her, because she's gonna be fun. Just with everything we got to do in the beta and everything. Here we go. This is the character I thought, like, this is where I more or less was like, all right, well, we got Jiao Yu. That means I get my stance character back. Let's see if I want to play Jiao Yu, but Jiao Yu's always been a fun character. I like stance characters. One of my mains in Soul Calibur is Jingliu. I cannot say her name right now, but Jingliu. Chinese longsword stances. I like being able to switch in and out of stances really quickly and changing up how I'm attacking. And that's what Jiao Yu is. She goes into, and watching this trailer, I can tell you she swaps into her four different stances. So she's got back stance, low stance, high stance, and normal stance. That's the best way to put it. There's low stance, back stance. Like, she's one of those characters, if her back's turned to you, doesn't mean she's defenseless. She actually has movesets in there. That's the great part. Where other characters, if their back's turned to you, they can punch you or they can kind of back kick you, but they're kind of defenseless. So, and Jiao Yu, again, looks great. Another character I did not get anyone to play against. No one was playing a Zhao Yu in the beta, so I felt cheated. I was expecting to see a few Zhao Yus. So I have not fought against her, and I'm super excited to fight against her. Okay, so June was 9, Zhao Yu was 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Okay. So where do we end? 9 or 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we end on Brian for this video. Just making sure. Because we're ready. Recording wise, I'm up to 25 minutes. A lot of this is going to be just straight, but I do have some things I have to edit. And if I have like something come up. All right, let's look at Leroy. You know, that Twitter case that he's not a black character, except for he's totally a black character, and he's awesome. Leroy is awesome. I loved his character, and as much as people did not like the Tekken anime on Netflix, it was actually decent. And it pretty much was the story of Tekken 3. I don't know why people were bitching about it, but
Take out the trash.
Leroy was awesome, and Leroy is awesome. I never got to fight Leroy in 7, so.
Tekken 8. New challenger. Leroy Smith.
And Leroy, again, kind of he's very wushu. I love that. I love like a black character using wushu style. Like it. I love 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 it. I just wish I
Show me what you got.
got to fight him. I don't think, no, he was in the beta. He 100% was in the beta. But he's an interesting character. I'm surprised none of my friends are like excited to play him. Because I swear someone would have been like, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to be playing Leroy. I'm not talking about just my black friends. I'm just talking about all my fighting game friends. Like, no one's talked about playing Leroy. I'm like, the fuck, guys? I might pick up Leroy just so someone's playing Leroy in my group. Because he looks cool. He looks very good. He's definitely going to be a character I do end up I will end up wanting to learn him. I do want to learn him. He's a very interesting character. I actually enjoyed his design and everything like that. So Leroy's definitely on the list. I already know the characters I'm going to be playing, but he's on the list to learn. After everything. But we'll see. All right. So next up is Asuka. Asuka. Girl Asuka. Again, if people are wondering, why am I doing this? Because I'm trying to catch up on content. I apologize. But I'm giving thoughts about the characters that in my experience of getting to play against them. Or if I got to play against them. There's some characters that we're just going to be going, I can't wait to see them and see how they play. Asuka is not one of those characters that I get to sit there and go, I can't wait to see how they play. I played against some Asukas. Again, I was playing Azucena, so I was still learning Azucena. So the Asuka players were kicking my ass, and I am okay with that. Asuka is looking really good. Like, really good. And I cannot wait to play more against her. She's got some really cool abilities. Really cool, like her heat combos were really interesting, things like that. But her combos seem really good. She's got some really good wall drags too. From the people I got to play. And she's got some good wall bounces and bounds to do. So she's definitely going to be a character I'm really excited to play more of, especially after I start learning Azu more and get better with Azu. I'm just gonna call her Azu. So she's definitely 100% character I'm looking forward a lot to playing against and learning the match type and everything like that. Lily, unfortunately, is gonna be one of the characters that I never got to freaking play against. So I have no clue what to expect from her. Now this is saying I'm going based off of Tekken 8. I really need to make sure that's preference here. This is going off of Tekken 8, not Tekken 7 for the characters that are returning from Tekken 7, because they do play vastly different now with the heat gauge. Heat gauge changes everything. So it doesn't feel like any character was like had moves reduced, because that's a big thing that I've seen with fighting games recently is a reduction of moves. No, all the characters really do still feel like they have the same amount of moves and everything, but they are just a lot more clean and can combo really well with new moves and how they change shit. I know Lily's got lines with Asuka and with Azucena, so it's gonna be interesting. And again, not a character I got to play against ever in the beta, so I'm excited to see how I do against her the first time I fight against one, and to learn the matchups. That's the big thing. I cannot wait. See, there's an amazing wall string, or not wall string, but I forgot the terminology. Wall drag. There it is. Combo. Again, one thing that I do have to state that I know Harada did state, all the combos you see, the Rekkas, things like that you see in these trailers are not optimal. So if you're looking at that and going, oh, that's really good, blah, blah, that's technically not optimal. Actually, I bet you that Lily one's probably, I won't say it's optimal, but it's a good one. It's a good learning one. So I suggest if you watch these and you can learn from watching, definitely try and learn something from them. See if you can execute them. Again, one thing I will always say, hit the training room, lab it up. Just don't expect to be like a monster when you come out of lab, because you are still missing one key component. Jesus, I can't speak this morning. And that is the human element, and how to fight against the human element. So this is a character my buddy Ryoku is super hyped for. Can't wait to play him. He did get some time in with the beta on him. I just never got to fight him, so that's where it was kind of, that sucks. But he is super excited. He's also learning Taekwondo, which is Hwoarang's style. And then Hwoarang's looks amazing. Looks amazing, and he's going to be fun to fight against. He's always been really fun to fight against. I'm not going to lie. I've actually enjoyed fighting against Hwoarang's in prior Tekkens. So he's going to be interesting and fun. And I cannot wait. Especially Ryoku. Ryoku's son is really good at fighting games in general, and he's like one of my favorite training partners because he forces me to get better. And he watches me go. He's like, yeah, you didn't know what you were doing with that character, and then after 15 matches, even though I won all 15 matches, you were starting to get rounds on me, and I started going, oh, I actually have to try even harder. It just sucks. Like last night, I'm like, I'm not mad at you for like kicking my ass on some of these matches. I'm mad because my controller wasn't registering certain things, like blah blah. So I unplugged. I'm like, oh, that's why. He's like, what? I'm like, the connector wasn't fully plugged in. He's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, that's like, they're like running it back. I'm like, no, you know what? That actually was good training for me, because you gotta learn to play on broken equipment sometimes. And they're like, and Ryoku's like, he's not wrong, and he was still doing well. So even with broken equipment, I'm like, eh. It wasn't like super broken. It just wasn't registering buttons correctly. Like I'd hit 2 buttons and they weren't registered, only register 1 because the connection wasn't fully solid. So, all right, last character for this video. Sorry, I was on a tangent. Brian. So this is, again, not a character I got to fight in the betas. And honestly, is a character I'm actually very interested in fighting against, but not a character I really care to learn. That's how I feel about it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love playing crazy characters, but they usually have to be women. Don't ask why. I think I could fix them. I know I can. I know I can. It's not like I don't have Jerry as a wallpaper. Okay, shut up, everyone. Anyways, but Brian does look interesting. He really does. I really cannot wait to fight against Brian's and learn the matchups. Again, for me, a lot of these are going to be, I want to learn these matchups. How are these matchups going to play? And Brian looks like he's going to be an interesting matchup for me, and how can't wait to see how it goes. He really does look like a good matchup, so I'm really excited for this, and really excited to learn to fight Brian. Granted, me and my friends play. We're going to be playing. We're going to be talking. We're going to be trash talking. I'm going to be like, Brian. That's all I'm going to do. And they're going to be like, I'm going to punch you so hard right now. Do it, Brian. I know you want to. I'm a horrible friend. Shut the hell up, hero. Anyways, again, Brian looks interesting. Can't wait to fight him. His rage art looks interesting, and then again, we'll do a full rate the rage arts later after the game comes out. But yeah, Brian's gonna be an interesting one for me to fight against, and it'll be fun. But that will be it on this portion of reactions. Me talking about the first 15 characters that were revealed for Tekken 8. We're gonna go through the next 15 in the next video, because yeah, I'm at way too long of a recording. My brain just farted, sorry. So yeah, we're gonna go into the next 15 in the next video, and then I will actually react to the last 2 when they drop, and they will be proper reactions and talking about them. Last 2 characters that are dropping, of course, we didn't get to fight them in the beta, so, and they're not available in the demo because the demo is literally only 4 characters. That is Nina, Paul, Jin, and Kazuya. So if any of those characters interest you, download the demo, try it out. I definitely suggest, get into this. This is probably going to be the easiest Tekken to get into, but I will always tell people, don't get mad when you get your ass kicked, because it is Tekken, and Tekken players don't go easy at all. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Of course, everyone, as always, if you enjoy this content, let me know. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment, push the algorithm, because I am super excited for Tekken 8. Way more excited than I thought I was going to be. And you'll find out more why in the next video, because that's when we'll talk about it. I kind of touched on it on the last video, but yeah. Anyways, guys, I'll see you all later. Till next time. Take care.